We now begin today's schedule on Cable 3.
Said that the winner of the annual Iona Prep Stepinac rivalry has had a successful season. And that's a good thing, because this year, they're both 0-6. Cable 3 Sports presents a Cable 3 Sports Special. And today it's the 1990 high school football game of the week. It's a Catholic League AA League game, the Stepinac Crusaders against their rival, the Iona Prep Gales. Welcome to Mount Vernon, New York, Memorial Field, the home site for Iona Prep as they face their rival, the Stepinac Crusaders, here in a football game. And the weather tonight, well, it's a little bit chilly, just above freezing. Not that much wind, though. It was a little bit windier earlier. Skies are clear. Forecast is good. And the field, well, no worse than usual here at Memorial Field. Fair condition. How you doing, everybody? Eric Lubitz along with Ray Karowski. Iona Stepinac, and Coach, you look at the records, Iona 0-6, Stepinac 0-6, but this is going to be a game, isn't it? Teams just aren't going to lie down.
Exactly. I think what it is, it's going to be a game of pride because you're going to have both teams. It's going to be a physical battle. There's no doubt about that. No matter if they're hurt or what, any of the players, they're going to go all out, give it all they can. They want to prove right now that they are not an 0-6 team, and by winning this game, that's going to give them a little bit more pride going into their games the next 2 weeks.
Of course, it is a rivalry. Stepinac and Iona, the two Catholic schools that play football here in Westchester in the league. And there's the series, actually the last meeting, 1989. Gales defeated the Crusaders 35-6. In fact, they've beaten them their last 5 times. Now, we're going to look at some highlights from these two squads. They may be winless, but that player right there you're about to see, number 17, throw the ball. Peter Ford, well, he's a star for Stepinac. In fact, he's thrown for over 900 yards so far this year, second in Westchester County in total passing yards. So we should expect a big game for him. That man he threw to, number 42, John Pavemba, well, he's excellent as well. Pavemba leads all-purpose yardage in their league. He is number 1. That's in passing combined with running. But you see Stepinac having a little bit of trouble on defense. There's Ford again on offense, and there's a crazy play. But Ford will be someone we'll look at, number 17. Actually, trouble with Stepinac so far has been their defense. Meanwhile, Iona Prep, well, they've gone with 2 quarterbacks. Brad Perrine, right there, number 32, he'll get the start today. He has had some back problems in the year, so they've gone to Conklin. There he threw to Silvio Petrello, number 43. They'll also go to Marco Caruso. But I'll tell you something, Iona Stepinac should be a good one right here. Now, a little time ago, we're going to look at their standings. Mount St. Michael is number 1 in the league. They have not lost at all. Nazareth and Spelman, and then Trinity, and then you can see Stepinac and Iona on the bottom. Now, looking at the schedules of these two teams, Stepinac started off in a non-league game, lost to Mayapack, got blown out by Mount, but they played Spelman great. They were winning that game. Lost to St. Anthony's. They were winning the Trinity game and a close one against Nazareth. After this week, they will have the playoffs. Of course, White Plains in their Turkey Bowl. Iona Prep schedule, all 6 L's as well for them. Started off with a non-league loss to Kingston. Trinity, they lost in the closing moments. Played Nazareth tough late. Lost to Chaminade. Spelman by a single point. They went for 2 and missed. And then they lost to Mount St. Michael by a score of 23-7. A little while ago, I had a chance to talk to both coaches in these games and about the jinx and about the rivalry. Coach, you come in a big rivalry game, a very injured team today. Tough, huh?
Well, the injuries really played a major part in the season this year. We lost our 2 backs and our 2 defensive backs in the first series of downs against Mayopac in the first game, and what we thought would be the best backfield we've had in years. And now another one of the backs is out, and it just took its toll on us.
You need a real big game from Ford today to win?
I think we have to establish Taj Simon more than Ford. Ford's been doing well all year, and we're not really worried about him. We really have to run the ball and keep the pressure off Ford. So we're going to try to establish Simon first.
Any jinx here at Iona? You've lost to him now four or five times in a row, and you haven't ever won a game on cable.
Yeah, well, it's 5 years in a row against Iona, and the Cable 3 jinx is killing us. Maybe next year we're not going to play on Channel 3. I don't know. But hopefully we're going to. Kids are ready. We had a great week of practice, and they're real fired up.
Coach, one of the best quarterbacks in the league, Ford. You'll have to defend him today. Any plans?
Just doing the same things we've been doing all year against the pass. We've been pretty successful against the pass. We have an experienced secondary. We have a good free safety in Randy Burry. He has 5 interceptions on the year. So I think if we play our regular 3 deep zone defense against him, we have a couple of wrinkles put in, but that'll be what we'll do basically. And we'll try to put a rush on Ford, because that's about the best pass defense you can use against someone like that, because he's a talented boy.
None of any of the Stepinac players have ever beaten an Iona team. Does that mean anything?
It only means something if we can keep it going tonight and prevent it from being changed. Yes, it means something to our kids. It probably means a lot more to the Stepinac players, but we would like to continue that trend.
Okay. All right, a look at the keys of the game, and for that we go to Coach Karowski with your keys for today's win.
Very important for Stepinac. Number 1, rush the passer. The meat and potatoes of the run-and-shoot offense is the passing. Force the quarterback to throw before he's ready to pass. Establish fullback Simon. If he averages 4 or more yards a carry, the slants, off-tackle, counters, and play-action passes will be hard to stop. Play 4, not 2 or 3 quarters. Stepinac, injury-wise, is banged up. It's going to be a physical game. Don't let up or have mental breakdowns. Put your heart where your stomach is and wrap it up with a lot of guts the entire game. The keys for Iona: pass protection. To survive in the run-and-shoot offense, you have to give the quarterback time to set up, be balanced, and release the ball. Play balanced defense. Don't key on anyone. Must stop the fullback trap, contain the sweep, and the bootleg. It's assignment defense. Be there at your spot. Be consistent. No mental errors, miscues, missed tackles, or blocks, or penalties. Play consistently good the entire game. Definitely no breakdowns.
All right, thanks, Coach. Now, both teams are winless, but they do want it. It's also a rivalry, and we'll see what happens next when we kick off the 1990 High School Football Game of the Week on Cable 3. Shaking hands at midfield, and we'll have our coin toss as the Iona-Stepinac rivalry gets underway here at Memorial.
Dacia is the linesman. On penalties, I'll explain the penalty. If you don't understand it, ask me to repeat it. The first thing I say, I hear, I must accept. All right, any questions? Okay, you're a visitor. Who's going to talk over here? All right, when the call?
Head.
Calls a head. It's a head.
Yeah. We'll take the ball.
You'll take the ball. Your choice of goals? All right, want to turn around, please? Stepinac will receive, and we'll be kicking up. Shake hands, men, have a good ball game.
All right, Ray, Stepinac will receive the football, and how important is it right now for these teams to get off to a good start?
Well, you want to get the ball and try to get, good field position, get the first down. But now, if you're not getting the ball, you're in Stepinac's position. Well, Iona's kicking it.
Right, so Stepinac
So now Iona's really has to depend on their defense to hold them back. So right now you want to set a tone. Either Stepinac's going to set a tone offensively or Iona Prep's going to set a tone defensively right from the gun. And we saw John Skates there. He's the tri-captain, a senior for Iona Prep. He's from Purchase. Of all these ball players from Stepinac and Iona are from communities all around Westchester County and even from the Bronx.
Okay, so Stepinac will get it first here at Memorial Field. You can see the field not in great condition here. A lot of wear and tear on this field. There's prep leagues There's young kids play games on this field, a lot of leagues. Of course, Mount Vernon plays their home games on this field.
The field's in good condition, just that you don't see grass right in the middle. You know, you have grass in the sideline. It's in good condition. It's not hard. It's not like a tundra. You know, you're going to get your footing. But that's what football's all about. You want a little bit rain, and, you know, mix in with that dust. You have a little mud outdoors. That's the way the game should be played. So what if there's no grass? You play, you know, even if there was a railroad track going through the field, you still play. You have to love the game. These are Iron Men. These are Iron Men that play this game. They build wooden ships. The wooden men are the ones that build the steel ships.
All right, kicking off for the Gales right now. As you can see right there, number 58. And that's Chris Millars, their kicker. Millars, a 6'1", 210-pound junior, gets a boot in it, and we're underway. It's taken and dropped and thrown back. Even now is Joe McSpedden, number 89 for Stepinac, and he goes nowhere in horrible field position to start the game off for the Stepinac Crusaders. And we'll have a chance to look at the offense of Stepinac and a great quarterback, Peter Ford, number 2 in the entire county, passing 956 yards, 7 touchdowns. Taj Simon, the fullback, number 22, Alberto Rivero, the halfback, 20. Irizarry, the other halfback, 34. Hudson and Pavemba are the ends. Pavemba, tight end, leads the league in all-purpose yardage, number 42. We'll look for him. First play from scrimmage, a handoff right up the middle. And a lot of yards.
Great run there
by Taz Simon.
But there's a flag on a play.
And we'll wait and see what it is. Simon, with a great effort on the game's first play.
Let's see Simon here, senior co-captain. This is a trap right up the middle. Look how he avoids the tackles. He fights them off. Look at this, nice and low, good balance, still driving, getting that extra yardage. That's the man that's
holding on the offense. 10 yards, repeat the down, first down.
But Ray, unfortunately, a holding penalty against Stepinac.
They want to establish Simon. Like you said before, Eric, Ford is second in the county in passing. Number 1 in the county in passing is Barnett from Carmel.
All right, another run. That again was Simon. He gets outside for not many, maybe 4. It'll bring up a second down situation. Looking at the offensive line for Stepinac, and they are big. All of them over 200 pounds. Piazza is 250 pounds. So they really have a good job to do, and they have to do a good job if Stepinac will get their first one. But they are big despite the injuries. 3 juniors, 2 seniors, all over 200. Second and 9 right now. Ford to throw. First time over the middle, complete. And that's his favorite receiver, John Pavemba, who's very close to a first down. It may be a measurement. As we wait and see if they made the first down, we'll look at the Iona defense. They had 9 back from last year on this defense. Ettore, Velez, Moricade, Klett, and Petrilla. Linebackers, Tom Wilson, we'll get to them on the next play. Wilson among the 2 linebackers. So it's a first down for Stepinac. It was enough as Ford's first pass was complete for the first down. And that's Simon. And he doesn't get much. Maybe 2. Now looking at the rest of the Iona defense, the linebackers Wilson and Skates, and the backfield Sapione, Yusuf, Randy Burr, and John Moricade. So 2 Moricades. Tom, the older brother, with John playing on the defense. So Ray, we've seen the arm of Ford one time, and he's been successful.
And he did complete that pass to Pavemba, who has 15 receptions.
Not much on that play, however. And it'll bring up a third down, and that was Irizarry on the carry. Actually, Ray, that was Brent Morgan, number 31. Who perhaps lost 1. It'll bring up a third down.
Now, Brent Morgan's a junior. He's 5'7", 140 pounds. He's from White Plains. Stepinac coming out. They're running that wing T offense where you have to establish the fullback. That's Simon.
Ford keeping it. And he gets outside. And I think he has enough for the first down. Heads up play right there by Peter Ford.
Peter Ford right here. You can see Ford taking the ball. Now he has the ball to the sideline. He has it in the correct hand. Now he's going. Now he wants to square his shoulders up. And right there he goes out of bounds. You don't want to take a lick, and not especially if you're that valuable in that quarterback position.
45 for 97 coming into the game. 956 yards. Gives to Simon, who has good running room, and he finally stumbles. And we like what we've seen of Taj Simon so far. He picked up 15 on that carry.
Now Simon right there going off right tackle. You can see he's looking, his eyes are up, looking at that cut. He makes a cut back and he just tripped right there, losing his balance. Could have been a longer run. Simon's a senior co-captain, 6 foot, 185 pounds, out of Greenberg.
Number 46, that's Morgan. And he may get back to the line of scrimmage. And I'll bring up a second down situation.
Now Brent Morton, number 31, is in there for starting Terrence Irizarry. Irizarry's from Yonkers, and he's not here for this game, and he is really a great runner.
Of course, he was injured earlier in the season, as was Taz Simon in the first game against Mayapack, and it's been hard for Stepinac to go down to 2 runners for most of the year. Running room for Simon. And a good second effort. He's to the 30. Beautiful run.
Now, the amazing thing about Simon is this is his 3rd game, only his 3rd game. He was hurt in a Mayapack game, got hit in the head, and he had plastic surgery because of the injury. You can see right here, look at this. With that balance, he picked up 5 extra yards. You talk about a lean, mean human wrecking machine. Boy, he is really firing through that line.
Number 31, Morgan. And he busts to the 25 for 6. And Stepinac's offensive line controlling the line of scrimmage.
Brent Morton.
I didn't realize where I was, thanks.
So Morton picks up the 6 yards. It'll be second down and 4.
Boy, this is where you have to be careful defensively. You know, what's Ford going to do? Is he going to throw the ball? Is he going to hand off to Simon? Don't forget the bootleg. That's a dangerous play right here in this situation.
You're looking at a good one. Peter Ford, number 17. Gives it to Simon, right side. Fumble! And I think Iona has it. We'll wait and see.
See right here, Ford turns around. It's almost like he puts the ball right at, just was not, it's like he didn't give it to him. It was just that his hands were on a little bit too long. A little mix-up right there.
Silvio Petrello recovered for Iona, and they will have the ball. 7:38 to go. First quarter, scoreless. Iona gets it for the first time. Brad Perrine is their quarterback, and a handoff up the middle, and not much.
Well, Stepinac started off the way you're supposed to start off, with a very good setting the tone, boom, in the running game.
Okay, looking at the offense for Iona Prep. Well, they go with 2 quarterbacks, Steve Conklin and Brad Perrine. Perrine, who actually starts, Skates is the fullback. Chris Dietz, who just handled it, the left half. Mario Faustini, the right half. And there you see the ends, DeFrancis and Bellino, and they will shuffle 6 ends in and no slots. And another handoff. I believe that was number 42, Skates, the fullback, for the first time. He picks out about 3, and will bring up a 3rd down and long situation. The offensive line for Iona, they lost 3 starters from last year's team. They haven't been great so far this year. Millars, Ronaldi, Helwig, Shea, and Millen. 3 seniors, 2 juniors, not especially big, though Millen is 6'3", 230, the right tackle. First pass, Perrine. And he completes the pass. And it's to Petrillo, number 43.
On this play right here, there was 1 man under, 1 man over. And Perini releases the ball. You think it's going to the man under, but it goes to the man back there, number 43. Good reception.
And it looked like it was overthrown, but apparently complete. Petriello. Back to the ground game. And about 3 yards on that play. Looking at the Stepinac defense, Riley, Clark, Eugene Kelly, Greg Kelly, 2 of 3 triplets, and Enrico Mariani, the top 5. The linebackers, Morton and McQuaid. And the secondary, Penn, Simon, DeMarco, and maybe the leader of the Stepinac defense, John Pavemba. And Ray, I believe a penalty was called on that play.
Yeah, and it gives a first down. Face mask by the defense of Stepinac. First down for Iona Prep.
That's all the way at the 40-yard line. And good running room to the outside. Dietz and another first down. And both teams are running the ball well.
Chris Dietz out of Bronxville. He's the fastest player on the team. Does the 40 in 4.6. Now look at him. Once he gets the outside right here, he's putting on a burst of speed. Just has one man to get by, and it would have been a touchdown. Good run there by Dietz.
Both teams have controlled the line of scrimmage, both offensive teams. 5.5 to go, first quarter scoreless. And a lot of hitting on that, and a good second effort. 3 or 4 yards to number 42 Skates, the fullback.
Now, Rick, as you're watching the game, the thing that surprises me here, during the week I was at Iona Prep, and Coach Trezor told me that they were going to be in a run-and-shoot offense, and right now they're in the eye. You see the change that the coaching staff made from the run-and-shoot to the eye.
There's a pitch, Dietz again. And some good yardage as he's down inside the 20-yard line of Stepinac. He got 6.
Chris Dietz has 2 90-plus yard kickoff returns. You know that he can fly once he gets the ball.
Leads the league in kickoff returns. He has on 4 kickoff returns, he has 212 yards, including 2 touchdowns. Averaging 53 yards. I guess Stepinac's not going to try to kick it to him.
Now look at this. Iona is staying out of that run-and-shoot offense. They're just staying with the eye.
3rd and 2. Dietz again. And he's hit hard by Jake Morgan, number 58, the first to hit him, linebacker. And we'll see where it's placed. It is short of the first down. Maybe 1 for Dietz.
Now with this I formation that Iona Prep is using right now, you can have Stepinac, they can go right into their 5 defense, which are very comfortable with. Now if Iona Prep starts spreading it out, they go in there run and shoot, then the defense will have to change to a 4 front.
Green pitches again to Dietz. First down yardage. And a 4th down play. Looks like they have enough.
You're going to see the pop in. You're going to hear the pop in. You see this running right here. Look, you got to really go right through someone when you're on defense. You have to stick your shoulder in there, wrap, make a good hit. You can't reach, grab, try to hang on to a jersey, the pants, whatever. You really have to go through the runners.
Right, they're going to measure. It looked like he had enough from our vantage point. We'll see.
You see, if you're playing defense and you're reaching and you're grabbing for a shirt or pants, you know, you're going to get the first down. But right here, it's a little short.
Look at that, short. So the placement, when it looked like it had been enough, not enough. And Stepinac takes over and downs. And Iona had got to their 16-yard line, so that a big turn of events here with 3:37 left in the first quarter.
It's almost identical. Stepinac got the ball on the 15-yard line. They march all the way down. They fumble. They were held by Iona Prep. Iona Prep gets the ball on the 20-yard line. They go all the way down to their 15-yard line, and they're held by Stepinac.
That's a little surprising because Stepinac, defensively, you expect that. They've had their troubles. But offensively, Iona Prep last in the league in offense.
Ooh, you hear that popping? Hear the shoulder pads, helmet to helmet.
And that was Alberto Rivero, number 20, his first carry.
I said it would be a physical game. You know, 0-6, both teams, but forget about it. Throw the records out. These guys are going to go out and hit.
In fact, talking to Mike O'Donnell, Stepinac's coach,
they're ready. You don't have to do anything as a coach to psych these guys up. It's a big rivalry. They psych themselves up all week during practice, and you know it's a physical game, and you can tell right now by the popping and cracking of the leather in the helmets.
he gained 2, second down, and that's Simon twisting and turning for a few, and I'll bring up a third down.
I'll tell you, it's going to be tough. Once these defenses know that they can hold, they're going to have the momentum, and they're going to really bear down and make it a lot tougher to run.
Simon came back from his injury 2 weeks ago, 142 yards against Trinity and a touchdown. It's tough having your runners out.
This is only his third game. This is Stepinac's 7th game, his third game playing, and he's running like a demon.
3rd and 5, Ford scrambling. Throws it, it's picked off. Michael Yusoff, number 25, picked off the deflected ball. Stepinac has turned it over for their second time here in the first quarter.
Now here's Ford looking for his receiver. Now he throws it like it's launched. It's a missile, and it just bounces right off the chest of the receiver. And Yusoff comes up with the interception.
Pass was intended for number 1, David Hudson. So Iona takes up a great field position, the 29-yard line. Perrine to throw right away on first down. Has his man. I believe that was Mario Faustini, number 22.
J.R. Faustini, a senior. He's out of East Chester. He's a 2-year starter. Coming into this game, he had 14 catches for 181 yards. His longest was 39 yards. Good hands right there. That's why he's an excellent baseball player. He was on a championship team that went up to Niagara, and they lost to a team in Florida for the national championship during the summer.
Got a dead ball foul. After the whistle, 1st and 25.
So the play will count. But we'll explain that penalty. It's 15 yards tacked on after the penalty.
Yeah, that's a miscue right there. You have a penalty like that. They were in good field position. They had the momentum. And that's just like helping Stepinac out.
So the 16-yard pass play counts from Perrine to Faustini, but tack on a 15-yard unsportsmanlike penalty. And now it's 1st and 25. For the Gales. Late first quarter, 1:58 left, no score. Both offenses have moved, though.
This is really interesting because on Monday I talked to Coach Trezza. He said that they have the run and shoot offense, and I guess during practice on Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, they decided to go with the eye, with the fullback, as a blocker, run the tailback, have better protection for the passer. And they're still in that I formation. They're staying with it.
1st and 25. They have to get to the 4-yard line to get the first down. And again, it looked like the offense moved again, and that could push them further back.
That ball was snapped. As soon as that ball moves, that defense can come right across the line. Okay, let's watch the ball. Look at the ball. See the ball? The center had to move the ball. You can see his feet move, and then all of a sudden, instinctively, the defensive lineman for Stepinac, that's good reaction. Very quickly, springing right off the line.
So now it is 1st and 30 yards to go. Green hands it off to Dietz. And Dietz gets to about the 27, maybe 7 yards on the play. And that will bring up a second down and about 23 for Jerry Trezor and the Iona Gales. They've had the better of the field position here in the first quarter, but we're scoreless.
Putting a lot of pressure on the Stepinac defense. They have to rise to the occasion and come up with a big play here.
Right up the middle. That's number 42, the fullback, Skates. And he gets some good yardage, about 6. But they have so much to go. It's 3rd down.
John Skates is a senior, 5'9", 170 pounds. He's the tri-captains from Purchase. His junior year, he was the class president. He's a member of the Student Faculty Council. He's an honor student, 94.6 average. Total 1,312 points in the college boards.
And the top runner for Iona, so he has run the final play of the first quarter. We've played one here at Memorial Field. It's been exciting, but it's Iona 0 and Stepinac 0. We're coming back.
Allen.
Offense as we start the second quarter. 3rd down and 15. They're going the other way now. Ball is on to 21. There's the quarterback, Brad Perini's gone the whole way, number 32. He rolls out. Last second gets it off, and he's thrown way away from his intended receiver, number 43, Silvio Petrello.
Boy, Perini had some time back there. That's more than 3 seconds. That's ample time to get that ball to receiver. The defense of Stepinac is going to have to apply just a little bit more pressure. Don't give Perini that much time to throw the ball because he's going to find the receiver sooner or later. Pressure, that's what you have to do. The best defense against the passing game is pressure.
Now here comes an exciting play because they know they're going to throw for the end zone. 4th and 15 from the 21. Second play. Quarter 2 here from Memorial, scoreless. Perine rolls out right for the end zone. Almost complete, and a flag is thrown on the play.
Oh, I don't know. We got to look at this one. That
You
ball,
make the call.
the ball and the tackle was made simultaneously right here. Let's watch this ball in the hands. Is he hit before the ball gets there? Is he hit? Is he hit? Yes. A good call by the official.
John DeMarco, the safety on the play, number 10 for Stepinac, 5'10", 150-pound senior, made the hit.
Boy,
And
if
here
he
comes the penalty.
Maybe 1 second later, if he would have hit it, it would have been a great play.
Petriello, the receiver.
Look at this again. Now, if he's hit before that ball hits his hands, that's interference. He was hit. Good call by the official. Good camera work there. Good slow motion.
And Ray, that gives Iona a 1st down.
And this is where Stepinac has to get in that 6'5" goal line defense, play man-for-man coverage, fire across the line. The defensive lineman couldn't move line of scrimmage.
Dietz. Dietz is to the 3-yard line.
Dietz found a hole over the left side. Left tackle is Chris Millars, a junior from Scarsdale. And the left guard, Tom Rinaldi from New Rochelle. You can see him, he's going to the left side, right there over the left tackle, finds the opening, brings it down to the 3-yard line.
They'll also throw to Dietz. He has caught 10 balls this year, 123 yards, versatile player. There he is again. He doesn't get in. He gets about 1 to the 2. And it'll bring up a 3rd down and goal. And I believe they may be able to get the 1st down right on the goal line. First quarter stats, and the 1st downs are all even up, pretty even. Yards rushing, Stepinac just by a few. Iona has thrown for 29 yards. Only 1 completion for Ford in the 1st quarter for 9 yards. Total yards pretty even. 2 turnovers, though, the difference. Stepinac has turned it over with an interception and with a fumble. Iona's had the better field position. They haven't put a point on the board, but they're marching in here. 3rd down from the 2.
Okay, look at this. They're out in trips. You see what Iona Prep did there offensively? They go to the single back, trips to the right side. They're really changing their offensive looks.
So that was the run and shoot formation.
The run and shoot, well, run and shoot formation is when it slots, you have a slot to the left and to the right. What they're doing is bringing that slot from the left over to the right, and they're creating trips. They can flood a zone. They're going to really confuse the coverage of Stepinac in that situation.
And Iona will call a timeout as the ball is down to the 1-yard line. And I'll tell you, Ray, if you're going to have a penalty, you want to have one when you're on the 2-yard line because it's only half the distance, only 1 yard.
Well, see what's happening now. Iona's coming out. They're changing their offensive sets. They're in a nine. They're in a wing tee. Now they're coming out in trips. So what happens, it's over anxious by the defense of Stepinac. There was a jump, a penalty. Now the ball's on a 1-yard line.
There's the Stepinac coaching staff. Mike O'Donnell is their coach. Earlier, We talked about, well, you could throw out the records in this game. Well, we said, yeah, let's throw our record out. We're 0-6. Well, we don't want it. And these other coaches, Joe Reverso, Brian Fee, Tony Becerra, Tim Ormond. He's in his third year as a record of 8-17, does Mike O'Donnell.
Look at this, it's third down and about a foot, and they have to go about 14 inches for a first down. They're going to have to score a touchdown. I don't know how they're going to measure that. You know, it's almost on the 1-inch line, the yard marker.
Third from the 1. They can get a first down if they gain half a yard. Dietz, and he tumbles into the end zone, a la his brother Willie last year, and it's 6-0. Chris Dietz, and the Gales on the board first.
Now Chris Dietz is he's a tailback now. Now they go to the I formation. There's a fullback. That's the lead block. That's the key right there. First it's a lineman block, and then the fullback, then Dietz taking the ball in for the score. So we call it isolation or a lead block.
Silvio Petrillo will kick the extra point. Gets it up high and perfect. So Iona takes a 7-0 lead against Stepinac. They draw first here in the second quarter. Now remember Willie Dietz last year on Cable 3 with his acrobatics. This is his younger brother, Chris.
Now you see Chris, he's playing tailback. Now there's the fullback coming right through. That's the lead block. There's Dietz getting across there, squirming, slanting, turning around. Wants those 6 points.
And there's a good look at the 2 Iona quarterbacks. Brad Perrine, 32, Steve Conklin, number 7. They've each played about half. Perrine's had a bad back for part of the season. Conklin came in, did well. And it's good to see they're talking and their teammates rooting for one another.
Well, Perrine has, coming into this game, 57 attempts, 27 completions. Conklin has 76 attempts, 24 completions.
There you just saw Chris Dietz. So it's 6-0. 7-0 rather. Stepinac with the football. A short kick. And Povemba takes it, and he's going, and he might be gone. Down the sideline, one man to catch him. And they can't do it. We saw a touchdown by John Povemba.
What you talk about coming back, not giving up, not being discouraged. They were scored upon. They come right back. John Povemba, senior, 5'9", 190 pounds, and you can see the burst of speed that he exhibited right there. He's out of White Plains, the leading receiver on the team, and boy, can he sure fly. Like he had wings on his heels. There were 3 defenders right on his back, and they couldn't catch him. What a run to come right back.
And he leads the league in all-purpose yardage. You saw why right there. 80-yard return. John Povemba, it's 7-6.
What an athlete. And there were 3 defenders right on his back. He's running down the sidelines like, catch me if you can. Here I go.
Ford will hold. Extra point is up and through there. So it is 7-7 as John Gregg kicks the extra point, and we are tied up here in the second quarter. Explosiveness all of a sudden as John Povemba may have taken the momentum away from Iona.
Boy, you can see right here, Povemba gets the ball. Good speed, we know that. He took it all the way. Now watch him run. You see he puts a little juke move in. Now he bursts through the defenders now. He's not wasting time. He's not going to look back. He does not want to break his stride. Almost right there, he was reached by defender by the shirt. He's going all the way, just looking at the goal line, wanting to cross and get those 6 points.
The last Iona player to have a chance at him is number 17, Rich Tardio.
This is like a boxing match, Eric. It's like they're matching blow to blow. You score, I score. You throw right up, throw left, boom, boom.
And these teams have lost some heartbreaking games this year. Iona led Trinity 6-0 late in the game. Trinity came back, defeated them 7-6. Iona lost to Spelman 14-13, missed a 2-point conversion that would have won it. Stepinac led Spellman 21-6. They lost. They led Trinity 14-6. They lost. So these teams have had the leads.
But this game is special. There's something about it. You can feel the intensity that neither team is going to give up. Going right down to the last minute of the game. It's going to be a bang-bang boxing match.
Now remember, we talk about a kickoff return with Pavemba. Well, Iona has the top kickoff man in the league in Chris Dietz, who just scored the touchdown kickoff returns of 94, 91 yards this year.
And all Stepinac has to do now is stay in their lanes, and then get closer, attack the ball.
And there is some bad field position for Iona, as Phil Sapione almost had made a big mistake. Fortunately for them, they hung on to it.
You can see the key to this right here is the pressure of Stepinac coming down. They are not giving up. They really want to catch them deep in their own territory. And look at them, 1, 2, 3. One was blocked, 2. Now the third one, the fourth one. Excellent hustle. And that's the way this game's going to be the entire time. Hustle, that little extra hustle they have to get.
From the 6-yard line, Perrine to Dietz, left side, and he is taken down by a hungry number 65, Ronnie Clark, defensive tackle.
Did a good job. Ronnie Clark did a great job. He was on the line, he was blocked, he went out, he feathered it. You can see right here, you can see where Clark, now you see Clark go down, he's feathering it, let him run to the sideline, I'll catch you. There it is, excellent play. Good defensive play by Clark there.
Gained a yard, 2nd and 9. Clark, a 5'8", 210-pound junior.
See, that's what you want to do when you're on defense. You don't want that back to square his shoulders up to the goal line.
Dietz again, second back through. He gets over the 10, picked up about 3. And he's been the workhorse so far for Jerry Trezor's Gales.
Now the center.
Well, it'll be a 3rd down and 5 now. Clock under 9, 8:47 and a half. We're even at 7. And you notice, Ray, they kept it away from Dietz on that kickoff. Of course, you saw they kicked it to Phil Sapione. Keep in mind, Dietz on the other side. They know not to kick it to him. 3rd down, maybe a passing situation. Vaughn better watch it. Goes long. And he has his man.
What a great play!
Petrillo over the 50-yard line.
And see, what makes this play go is, look at all the time that Perrine has. He has time. He's looking. Look, he's not being pressured. He was on balance. He releases the ball. Look at this pass. Great throw. Accurate right there for the reception, number 43.
Back in Stepinac territory. Perrine throwing long again for Petrillo, and he has him. He held on to the ball inside the 15. And another 38 yards in 2 plays, 80 yards from Brad Perrine to Silvio Petrillo.
Now, Petrillo coming into this game had 9 receptions for 144 yards, and his longest pass reception was 28 yards. Boy, is he really shining here tonight, coming up with those great catches.
1st and 10 from the 11. Exciting 2nd quarter. Perrine to throw again. In the end zone. And Dietz, the intended receiver.
Now you can see right there, Perrine did not throw that ball that well because he was being pressured. You can see right here, here's Perrine. He wants to set up, wants to see his receiver. Now look at the pressure coming. See the pressure? You see now Perrine left his feet, cannot step and be accurate with the throw. It was overthrown there, caused by the pressure. That's what Stepinac has to do, apply that pressure. They have to get across that line of scrimmage.
7.5 to go 2nd quarter. 2nd down. Perrine again to throw, being rushed out to Dietz. He has Dietz, breaks a tackle, and he gets to the 10-yard line, which is where the line of scrimmage was, so it'll be a completed pass for no gain, 3rd down.
Good job by the Stepinac defense. They stayed where they were supposed to stay. They had played their Assignment defense, they weren't faked out. Dietz caught the ball. It was a nice play, but the two defenders for Stepinac were there.
11th catch of the year for Dietz. They will throw it to him. They'll throw it all over. Mentioned they rotate their ends in. They'll use 6. Petriello all the way to the left right now. Single coverage on it.
Now here we go. You see the man in motion, number 34. That's trips to the right now.
To Petriello, and he's in there. And Stepinac continuing to guard him one-on-one for some reason. DeMarco couldn't do it there, and Iona has the lead again.
Good play calling by Trezza right there. What he did, he puts the man in motion, trips to the right, and Perini just hits Petrillo right in the seam, going across into the end zone. It's like a timing pass. Quarterback gets it, you run, I'll hit you right in the seam. You're open, boom. That's exactly the way it was executed.
And the kick is up, and the kick is no good. So the kick is no good. Iona, though, does have the lead 13-7. And Ray, in a space of about 4 minutes, we've had 3 scores here. What started out to be a quiet defensive struggle certainly turned into an offensive battle, 13-7. And this play, typical of like a Mount Vernon type run and shoot offense, right over the middle. Perrine didn't waste much time.
It's a 3-step drop back, and you just hit the man right in the seam, right in the open. Now what happens when the man on the left side went to the right to create the trips to the right side, someone has to go and watch them. They move over. That leaves Petrillo open right in that seam. It was a well-executed play, no doubt about it.
Taz Simon actually was one-on-one with Petriello, not DeMarco. DeMarco didn't come over at the last minute. So it's 13-7. Don't forget, John Pavemba is back again. He had averaged 17.5 yards, a kick return, not counting the 80-yard touchdown. He's going to come up and take it again. 25-yard line. No, it doesn't have it. Taken by the man in front of him, who gets up to about the 38-yard line, number 41, Thomas Lynch. So Stepinac will take over from their 38-yard line, trailing by 6 for the second time in the game. They're trailing.
Kickoff team on the bench over here.
And we really haven't seen the Stepinac offense in a while because of that kick return.
Now on the Stepinac offense, we have to watch number 55. He's the center. That's Ricky Mariani. He's a junior. He's number 1 in his class. And the right guard, Jimmy Riley, is a junior, number 2 in the junior class. The center and the right guard, 1 and 2 in the junior class academically.
Rivero picks up 6. And it'll be a second down. Second time Rivero has run the ball for the Crusaders.
Rivero's a 3-year letterman. He's a senior, 5'11", 195, and he's from Greenberg.
And nothing on that handoff. And it'll bring up a 3rd down and 4. Simon picked up no gain. It'll be 3rd down.
From the 44.
5.5 to go. Second quarter. And again, Simon. And I don't think he has it, so it'll be a 4th down and 2, and it looks like they're going to punt the ball back to Iona.
Punt the ball back to Iona. Have confidence in your defense to hold them, get the ball back, and try to score in the last 2 minutes.
Randy Burr is the deep man, number 21. Takes it and instantly is dumped. Making the tackle is number 10, John DeMarco. So Stepinac didn't have it for long, Ray.
They have to move the chains. They have to get the first down. But right here, like I alluded to before, you have to stop Iona, get the ball back, have 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes to take it in for a score before halftime.
And here is the scoring summary for Iona Prep. Took 7 plays. They went 94 yards. 10-yard pass from Perrine to Petriello. And the point no good, 13-7. Perrine gives it to the fullback Skates. And he's taken down by Enrico Mariani, number 55, defensive end for Stepinac.
John Skates is an honor student at Stepinac. He would like to play football for Princeton or Dartmouth. He's interested in those 2 Ivy League schools.
Picked up 2. It'll be 2nd and 8. Under 4.5, 13-7. Gales leading an exciting second quarter with scoreless after 1. Not the case here in the second.
Okay, here's the man in motion. They're in a run and shoot look. A counter. They ran a counter.
And didn't fool Stepinac. Jim Riley on the tackle.
The quarterback right there, fake. There's the counter coming across, right in the middle, looking for the opening. No opening. Good job by the defensive Stepinac.
Dietz was the ball carrier, so it'll be a 3rd down and 9 now for him.
This is where Stepinac has to hold it to get the ball back.
Perrine out to the left side, gets it off. And he just threw it away as he was being rushed heavily by the Stepinac defense.
That's a good job right there by Stepinac, applying that pressure. Don't let Perrine set up, look at his receivers, be on balance, step and release the ball because he is accurate with that rifle arm. You see right here, Perine's not setting up. You see the pressure. He noticed there's pressure coming. Does not have time to set up, and that's exactly what you have to do defensively. Throws the ball on the run, out of bounds.
The referee in today's game is Tom Grant. Egg Morgan is the umpire. Frank Cadesia, the head linesman, and Pat Garvey is the field judge. Punting situation, Silvio Petriello gets it off, not a good one. And it goes out of bounds at the 44-yard line. Iona Prep. Stepinac in good shape here in Iona territory.
They have good field position. This is where they can open it up, you know, run a ball. And then if they're going to throw to the flat, have the guy run out of bounds, stop the clock, move the chains. You have a great opportunity here to score, but you cannot have a mistake. Not a penalty, a miscue, anything like that. It has to be done perfect, executed perfect.
We'll see what Ford can do here. He'd be the guy you want in there in this situation.
Okay, that's running the ball. Just keeping Iona Prep cognizant of the fact that you have to watch the run. Now, a little play action, they can throw the ball. You still could get a first down, move the chains, and still have enough time to work your offense and take it in for a score.
Simon lost the yard, 2nd down and 11. And inside to Rivero, and not much there, maybe 2.
That's the old Penn State scissors play. Good call, but the Iona defense was right there doing a good job. They're staying where they have to stay, they're being where they have to be, and they're coming up with the plays. You can't fake them out.
So it is 3rd down and about 10 to go from the 45. And now I'm sure you're going to see Ford's arm in this play. They only completed 1 pass in the first half, and I believe we've come to the 2-minute warning. Of course, they have a 2-minute warning here in the Catholic League as opposed to the 4-minute in the Section 1 football.
So the Catholic League has a 2-minute warning like the pros. And in the high school leagues, they have a 4-minute warning. But the Catholic leagues, high school, have a 2-minute warning.
Right, any reason for that, Red?
I don't know, I just learned that now. You said it, I didn't know that. I thought it was a 4-minute warning in high school ball all the way through. But a 2-minute warning for the Catholic school, that's not that big of a difference from a 4. I don't know why they do that, really. I mean, I can't even fake it and make a good reason up. But I just learned that from you. 2-minute warning.
Some crowd at the game. Not a huge crowd, partially because both teams are 0-6. But it's a rivalry, so people do turn out. 3rd and 10. Surprise coach at Ford has only completed 1 pass, only thrown 1 in the first half.
They have to establish the running game to really get that passing game going. Number 66, the Mike man for Iona Prep on a defense. Moricade, he's the tri-captain. He was voted the best defensive player last year's Turkey Bowl when New Rochelle and Iona Prep
Offense, false start, 5 yards.
So again, a penalty against Stepinac. They've now been penalized 5 times, 37 yards. Iona's penalized twice for 20. And that pushes it back to midfield, 3rd and 15.
So we're gonna have to air it out.
Number Ford's number 1 receiver is John Pavemba. Number 42, he's the man who caught the only pass Ford attempted, also ran the kickback.
Now how about a waggle pass here?
Over the middle, but in and out of Rivero's hands. The intended receiver, and that'll bring up a 4th down situation for the 50. And no going for it here. They will send out the punting unit.
You can see Ford just 1 step back, a little fake, and he wants to hit him right in the seam. Boom! He wanted to hit him right there, but it just did not happen.
On the coverage, Randy Burr for Iona. Leads the league in interceptions, by the way. And he's also back to handle this punt. And he picks it up, and he fumbles the football, and it's loose, and I think Stepinac has it.
Oh, he could have picked that up. If he would have picked that up, he could have ran right in for a score.
And there, a mistake by Randy Burr. Should never have touched that ball
Stay away
in that
from
situation.
It. But right there, that ball could have been picked up and bang. Watch this. Now right here, you see the Iona player. Now he's going to be down. He's going to be covered. The next player coming, pick it up and take it in for a score. He laid on it.
Now that hurts. The ball on the 9-yard line. 1st down, minute 18 to go. Ford gives it, hands off to Simon. And about 3, it'll bring up a 2nd down.
Yeah, when you're on defense, you can pick that ball up and take it in. When you're on offense, you can't pick it up and take it in. That's the difference.
Under a minute, clock is ticking, 50 seconds, 2nd and goal. They'll have time for at least 2 more plays. Ford fumbles the snap. I think he fell on top of it.
That's a miscue right there. Can't have mistakes like that. That should not be a mistake. Between the center and the quarterback, that snap has to be there all the time. That's almost like a mortal sin. You do not make that mistake between the center and the quarterback. Oh, look at those guys. They saw themselves on TV. Now they're running away. They're probably backfield men.
And there are the officials, which we talked about before.
Doing a good job.
Tom Grant, the referee who is mic'd, Ed Morgan, Frank Cadassia, and Pat Garvey. There they are.
37 seconds remaining. Very important right now. It's 3rd down. Stepinac has to score. They have to score. Go into halftime. This will really give them good momentum. They'll give them the confidence. And then if Iona turns around and stops this, can you imagine the confidence they're going to have going in at halftime?
So it's a 3rd down. They trail by 6. 37 seconds. Time enough for 2 plays.
You talk about excitement and the pressure, the intensity. You know, the heart just beats a little bit faster, more rapidly in this situation. You're afraid of making a mistake. You're holding your breath. You're at the edge of your seat. What's going to transpire right here?
There's Jerry Trezza, 2nd year, 5-11 is his career record. Here's the play. Ford, and he is sacked.
That's the pressure.
Jack Velez, number 76.
And number 43 for Iona Prep in there.
Silvio
Petrillo. What a game he's having,
oh, yeah.
offensively and defensively.
Velez and Petriello on the sack, and now a 4th down coming up. And that hurts. 7 yards where they were pushed back. The ball is now at the 15. So if you were going to attempt a field goal now, it becomes a little tougher.
It becomes a 15 to 10 yards in, so that's 25, 7 yards back.
Becomes a 32-yarder as opposed
goal.
to an extra point type of situation.
Right. See, this means a lot right here because you're going in at halftime. You can imagine if the defense holds, they're going to go in halftime. Hey, we can do it. We have to keep it up. On the other side, if Stepinac scores, they go in at halftime. Hey, you know, we scored when we wanted to. We had to. We can go out the second half, do it again.
Well, there are some of the people here at Mount Vernon, and we'd like to thank them here at Memorial Field for their help. And we'll tell you, they've had ball games here every year until this year. We've always enjoyed coming here, and we'll miss not being here during bowl season. A bunch of nice guys.
This is like the hub of Section 1 football.
4th and goal. 4 to the end zone. And it is broken up at the last minute by Phil Sapione, number 24. And Sapione has just redeemed himself.
Great play right here. Great play. Ball's well thrown in the end zone. Look at him break the play up right there. His fingertips. Beautiful play defensively.
So Iona takes over just 19 seconds. At their own 15, they'll probably just fall on it. Pass just inches away from being a 13-13 game.
Great defensive play. Way to recover, go to the ball, make the play.
And I said Sapione redeemed himself. Of course, he does nothing to redeem himself for. It was Randy Burr who bobbled that punt.
Here we go, penalties. It looks like the laundry was really flying on that play.
Offense, full start.
So that's Iona's 3rd penalty of the half for 25 yards. All the way back at their 10-yard line now, 6 seconds. I'm sure Coach Treasure doesn't want to see a mistake here. See if Perrine just falls on it. And he does fall on it, and that should be the final play of half number 1.
And that is the end of the first half.
And it is. So we've played a half here at Memorial Field. We've had some crazy action. We had a great kickoff return by John Pavemba, but that's all Stepinac has been able to muster. Iona leads it by a score of 13-7. When we come back, we'll have our Printwear Plus halftime report. Stay with us on Cable 3. Welcome back to Memorial Field. We're at the half, 13-7. Iona Prep leading Stepinac. This football game is sponsored in part by Printwear Plus, located on 157 Mamaroneck Avenue in Mamaroneck, owned and operated by Jim and Janet Getz. Printwear Plus specializes in custom screen printing and professional sportswear. So for all of your personal and business sports printing, from the school to the office, Printwear Plus does it all. So don't keep your ideas to yourself. Put them on a shirt. Printwear Plus, 914-381-5788, located 157 Mamaroneck Avenue in Mamaroneck. Well, the Printwear Plus stats here at the half look something like this. First downs, Iona Prep 6 to Stepinac's 3. Stepinac without a first down in quarter number 2. Rushing yardage, pretty even. 43 yards rushing for Stepinac's number 1 runner today, Taj Simon. 46 yards for Chris Dietz of Iona. Passing, well, we talked a lot about Peter Ford, number 1 passer in the league, number 2 passer in the entire Westchester County. Well, he's only completed 1 of 3 for 9 yards in the first half as the Crusaders trying to establish the run. Meanwhile, on the other side, well, Brad Perrine has thrown for 119 yards, 6 for 9. Total yards in favor of Iona Prep. Of course, this does not include the kickoff yardage. And turnovers, well, 2 for Stepinac, an interception and a fumble, and 1 for the Gales on a fumble. Looking at our scoring summary for half number 1, this is the first score of the game. It was Chris Dietz on a 1-yard run as he dove into the end zone, putting Iona on top by a score of 7-0. Now on the ensuing kickoff, watch carefully as number 42, John Pavemba, the number 1 man in the league in all-purpose yardage, takes it at his 20-yard line, makes a nice cut to the outside, and he is gone. One of the leaders in kickoff returns in the league, and he managed to hang on as he marched down the sideline 80 yards, tying the game at 7. But on the next possession, Iona, quarterback Perrine to Silvio Petriello in the end zone, 10 yards. It's 13-7. Iona, a little praying right there, and the Gales lead it by 6 halfway through play. So when we come back, we'll have the second half kickoff, Iona Prep on top of Stepinac. Stay with us on Cable 3. Stepinac down a little bit right now. They got to stay in there. They got to drive the ball.
Well, this is a big game. It's a game of pride. It's a game of bragging rights. I don't think there's any kind of a letdown. They're going to come out. They're going to continue popping, hitting hard. And it's anyone's ball game at this point right now.
Now, Iona Prep will get the ball first in the second half. Again, keep an eye on number 34, Chris Dietz, one of the 2 deep men. He has 2 touchdowns this year via the kickoff return, both over 90 yards. Sure, they're going to try to kick it to Mario Faustini, the other back man. We'll see what happens. Yes, right to Faustini, keeping it away from Dietz. Faustini is taken down.
Oh, flag on a play.
By number 89, Joe McSpedden. McSpedden, who made the tackle for Stepinac, has played almost every position this season for the Crusaders. Flag on the play, as you can see. Maybe a clip.
All right, okay. We got a clip on the run back.
Okay, now it's Tom Grant, our referee. It is, in fact, a clip, which will put the ball back to the inside the 20-yard line to the 14-yard line.
Now we have to watch number 74, the right guard, right tackle of Iona.
And we'll get to that in a second. There's the offense. Perrine, the quarterback, skates, Dietz. Majority of the runs in the first half, Faustini, and there the ends, DeFrancis and Molina. Conklin has not quarterback. Perrine's gone the whole way. Skates the fullback, picks up 3, he had 15 yards in the first half. Ray, you're talking about the offensive line. Millers, Rinaldi, Helwig, Shea, and Millen are the line. The defense for Stepinac, they play a 50 defense. Their front 5, Riley, Clark, Eugene, and Greg Kelly, and Enrico Mariani. And the rest of it, McQuaid, Morton, and the backs, Penn, Simon, Povemba, and DeMarco. Second down and 7.
Another flag down there. The officials are airing out the laundry here, and you notice the last 2 plays, Iona is running to the right side.
With the fullback skates.
You have the right guard, Kevin Chase, a senior, 6 foot, 200 pounds. He's a 2-year starter. He might be the best lineman on Iona's team. And the right tackle,
personal foul.
The right tackle, Chris Millens, a senior, 6'3", 230 pounds. He's from Scarsdale. And this past summer, in the New York State umpire games, he won a gold medal in a hammer throw, which they do have a hammer throw in the Catholic League. They do not have in the public high school league.
Well, 15-yard penalty assessed to Stepinac. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Ball now on the 33. First down, Prep. Perrine to throw. Gets it off, and it's tipped, incomplete. On the coverage for Iona, number 10, John DeMarco. Pass was intended for, I believe, number 82,
you can see
Mike Bellino. We'll see it again.
Perrine right here. Look at the time he has. Look at the time. He's sitting up. He's got the time. Looking for his receiver. Stepinac has to apply a little bit more pressure on Perrine because that time, he's going to catch the receiver and make a connection sooner or later. You have to apply the pressure to him. Don't let him set up and be ready to throw that ball.
I think he meant to throw it to the deep man, but Chris Dietz got a hand on it, deflecting it. 2nd and 10, 10:45 to go in the third, 13-7 Prep. Perrine has time, he goes long. He almost had his man Dietz, incomplete. Coverage on the play. Number 42, John Povemba. And also number 52, Sean McQuaid. And Povemba had 12 tackles against St. Anthony's earlier in the season for Stepinac.
Well, they do play some big Catholic schools. So, Staten Island, Long Island. You know, a lot of times Stepinac is just, they only have like 500 boys in a school, and they're playing schools that have 3,000, 4,000.
Iona also somewhat small. They have over 700, though.
And they're still playing the large schools.
Green has time. He throws down the middle, and that's picked off. And as a matter of time, DeMarco, number 10, with the interception, and Stepinac takes over. John DeMarco.
There's a ball released. Now look at this. It's right to him. He didn't even have to move. It was overthrown. Good reception. If he wasn't knocked off balance right there, he'd have picked up maybe 15, 20 more yards.
Good field position from their 46-yard line. Peter Ford mentioned only threw 3 times in the first half.
Let's see if Stepinac goes right back to the running game that they did in the beginning with Simon, establishing Simon.
Yes, they do. And about 7 on the play. It'll bring up a second down situation. You mentioned Ford, certainly Povemba, Hudson the other end, Rivero, and Simon the runners. The offensive line, Riley, Clark, Mariani, Piazza, and Lopez all over 200 pounds.
Now John Piazza, the right tackle at Stepinac, is a senior, 6'2", 240 pounds, and he's out of Pleasantville.
Plus players from all over for these two schools. And good running yardage for Simon.
And that's what they did at halftime. Coach O'Donnell said we have to establish Simon, a fullback, right here. Here's a good run. You can see that nice move. He really gave the leg, took it away, burst right through the line of scrimmage, past the linebackers, into the defensive secondary before he's brought down.
Randy Barr brought him down, ball all the way to the 30, biggest gainer of the day for Simon. And I believe Rivero, the left side, and he picked up about 3.
I don't think it's going to matter. There's a
down.
flag on a play.
Okay, we'll see what it is. The defense for Iona, Moricade, Velez, Latore, Klett, and Petrillo. It's not Petriello, it is definitely Silvio Petrillo. We apologize for that. And the secondary, Moricade, Burr, Yusuf Sapione, the linebacker, Skates, and Tom Wilson.
Holding offense, keep it down.
And another costly penalty, 10 more holding against Stepinac. 7 penalties now against Stepinac. That's hurt them. Now it's 1st and 20 from the 45. 9 minutes to go, third quarter. From Memorial Field, Iona, 13-7 over Stepinac. All the scoring has come in the second quarter. Ford to throw, complete. To number 89, Joe McSpedden, who, as we mentioned earlier, has played all over this season for Stepinac. And we'll see it again.
You can see Ford setting up. Nice pass right there. Good reception. Good coverage by the Iona defense. They're right there. As soon as the ball is received, boom, the defenders are right on the ball.
A short play. He picked up 7. It'll be 2nd and 13. Ford again to throw. Big rush, and he's sacked. Tom Rinaldi on the sack for Iona. And you can see him here tripping up Peter Ford.
Just gets his hand right in there to trip Ford up behind the line of scrimmage.
So now it's a 3rd and 17 situation. Ford fakes the pass, and the ball is loose, and I believe they recovered it. And what a hit! And now Iona has recovered it, so the ball must have popped loose again, and Ray ruled a fumble, not an incomplete pass on that play.
Well, the ball wasn't released. His hand was not going forward, so it is a fumble. Petrillo, number 42, the right defensive end, came right in there, applied the pressure, hit Ford, caused a fumble. Petrillo's having an excellent game tonight.
And it's tough to see. Is that Peter Ford, in fact, down right there for Stepinac?
I really can't see the number.
Trainers are out there. And he is their leader of their offense. I believe that is Peter Ford. We'll see it one more time.
I can see Ford right there. So there's number 42, 43, Petrillo was in on there. Sacking Ford, causing the fumble.
So if that is number 31 down, it is Brent Morgan. If it is number 17, it's Peter Ford. We're trying to find out. And Ray, we talked about it's Petrillo, not Petriello. The PA person here has been calling him Petriello. Figure they've been doing the games for a couple years. It is 31, by the way, Brent Morgan, who is down. And as we're saying, they've been doing the games for a couple years. But they were calling him Petriello, so we went along with it. But in fact, it is Silvio Petrillo, as we originally thought. And it is 31, Brent Morgan, junior halfback, 5'7", 140 pounds. He has been playing a lot today. And appears to be shaken up, as our camera's right there. And we're going to come back right after this, 6:52 to go in the third. Prep by 6. Stay with us. Memorial Field, Brent Morton on his way to hospital. We'll get to that in a second. Perrine back to pass, going long. And it's intercepted once again by number 10. John DeMarco, the second interception of the game by DeMarco, and Stepinac is back in business.
Go out and go take no crap from him.
Now, quickly, hear the ending on the play where Morton got injured.
Now here's Morton, number 31, to the left of your screen. He's going for the ball. The ball's bouncing around. He lays on it. Now watch an Iona player right on top of him, and his neck and his head go back. His back is bent.
And I believe that was Jack Velez, now that I saw it for the third time, number 76, and he is 230 pounds. We should mention Brent Morton on the way to the hospital with some sort of neck injury, but he did move. There was movement in his legs and his fingers. There, Mario Faustini shaken up for the prep. So we hope he's okay on the way to Mount Vernon Hospital.
There's J.R. Faustini talking to Coach Trezza. His father owns Alex and Henry's restaurant in Eastchester, a great place to dine. Faustini, great baseball player, senior year at Iona Prep, worked at the Eastchester baseball camp under the direction of Dom Ciceri, the head baseball coach at Eastchester.
So another interception for John DeMarco, and that's twice here in the third quarter he has intercepted Perrine. And there the ambulance, which is taking Morton to the hospital. Hopefully he'll be okay, Ray. You hate to see anyone with a neck injury.
Well, one of the scouts came up from the field and said that he did have movement in his feet and his arms, which is a good sign.
6:41 on the clock, third quarter, 13-7 the prep. Stepinac has the football thanks to DeMarco's second INT here in the third quarter. They have the ball on the 44-yard line of Iona. Stepinac trailing by 6. Been a wild game. And there's another injury and another Stepinac player. And Ray, we're not sure who it is, but Stepinac has just been decimated by injuries all season long. Their quarterback, Peter Ford, broke a pinky the day before the Spellman game. All he did is set a school record of passing yardage, 321 yards against Spellman with a broken pinky. Hurt his wrist this week, in fact, which may be why he's not passing so much. Has a wrist not 100%.
And he's also a baseball pitcher. So he needs that throwing arm, and he's an honor student. Scored over 1,100 in the college boards.
Don't forget their backs. In addition, they've been injured. Taj Simon, we mentioned, cut his head open against Mayapack earlier in the season in the first game. Terrence Irizarry, he had an injury in the first game. He only came back two games ago.
Now, Terrence, preseason, he caught pneumonia, and he was out in the beginning of the year. So he was lost there. They're really being decimated, like you said, with injuries. And now it's happening here tonight.
Don't forget, you could see that and all the highlights and scores of the top games every week. Extra Points Tuesday at 7:30.
That's the best TV show of the week.
All right, Ray, we're continuing with the injuries. The offensive line for Stepinac, even the people playing today. Riley, he had knee surgery this year, missed 3 games. Starting guard for them, their center, Enrico Mariani. Well, he had a knee injury. He missed a game this season. Michael Lopez, who is starting on the line, he had cracked vertebrae.
He had a chipped vertebrae in his back, correct?
Some of the other players not even suited up for this game are on the sideline for Stepinac. Number 2, Dwayne McQuay, has a broken ankle. He a halfback. He one of their leading rushers on the team. He is injured. He is unable to play today. Darnell Penn, who is the split end, also playing defense. He is playing with a harness. He has a separated shoulder. He is still playing in this game. Don't forget John Gregg, their kicker, also plays soccer, which you can't do in public school, but you can in Catholic school. He plays soccer, and then he kicks field goals on the weekend for the football team. Well, he blew his knee out in soccer, so he's been hurt. Joe McSpedden has ligament damage in his thumb. I mean, this is an injured team.
Eric, what are you saying? I mean, football's a tough game, right? All these injuries. Why all these injuries?
I don't know.
Now, Jim Riley, he had arthroscopic surgery on his knee 3 weeks ago, and now he's back playing. I mean, that's really gutsy. He had a partially torn ligament, and he's right back in there.
As we begin action, I don't want to leave anyone out. Eugene Kelly had a broken foot. They started nose guard for Stepinac. And how's that for a fired-up defense?
Just keep on applying that pressure. That's the key right there in the passing game. And it's just shooting right through that line. This is where the size, it seems like they're wearing the Stepinac line down.
Ford goes down. Jack Velez, number 76, in on the hit.
Did a great job getting in there. Why all these injuries now? Because Stepinac, they're playing against teams that have 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 boys. You know, they're up against it. You know, the guys are bigger, they're stronger, and you can't take a pounding like that week after week consistently.
And that was a handoff right up the middle. Got back some of the 7 Ford lost in the previous play. It'll bring up a 3rd down.
You just can't play these large schools in Long Island and Staten Island, Long Island, and they're just too big. The Catholic schools are humongous. And you just can't take a pounding like that. I really think that Stepinac and even Iona should come right into the Section 1 league and play teams like Roosevelt, Portchester, Ossining. They're just really up against it when they're playing against the larger schools.
3rd and long, 15 to be exact from the 47. And Simon takes it, and he carries to the right side. Not nearly enough for the 1st down, however. He got about 7 to bring up a 4th down and a punting situation for the Crusaders.
We have to watch number 20. He's the defensive inside linebacker for Iona. That's Tom Wilson. He's from Bronx, so he's the leading tackler.
David Hudson gets the punt off. Randy Burr is back. Remember what happened when he touched it last time, and it takes a good bounce, and it goes into the end zone. And they almost had it at the 1-yard line.
I just want to mention that Tom Wilson, what he does during the summer and on weekends, he works with the adults that have brain damage, and he trains them for the Special Olympics, which is very, very good volunteer work, and he's doing an excellent job.
They're one of their top defensive players for the Prep, number 20, senior linebacker.
Tom Wilson out of Bronxville.
4:45 to go in the 3rd. Iona with it back, leading by 6. Brad Perrine, the quarterback, 32. Dietz is behind him, 34. He gets it and whistles again. It's been a turnover-plagued, penalty-plagued, injury-plagued football contest between 2 0 and 6 clubs.
And it's not over. The teams are still in it. They have that motivation. They're high. They're going to be hitting.
Defense.
And one little mistake right here, it could be a fumble, whatever. It could be an interception. Stepinac can take it in. This game's going to go right down to the last 2 minutes.
As Tom Grant just told us, encroachment on the defense, 5 yards. It'll be 1st and 5 for Iona. And it might. It's only a 6-point lead for the Prep. 4.5 and counting in the 3rd. Each team looking for their first win. And the fullback skates with running room. He has a 1st down, gets outside. He's finally ripped down.
Good block there by Petrillo, number 43. Sprung him loose for about 15 more yards. Now you're going to see Skates right here. He's going to bust through the line of scrimmage. He's going to go to the outside. Number 43's in front of him. He's going to, there, right there, that key block. Right on, 15 extra yards. Petrillo coming in. Petrillo having a good game offensively and defensively.
Nice run by John Skates, 23 yards in all. First down, ball close to midfield.
And a good block by Petrillo.
And there's Dietz. And he's tripped up for no gain. At the first time Dietz has touched it in the second half, had 46 yards, leading rusher in the first half, Chris Dietz.
Look at the helmets on Iona Prep. They look like Notre Dame out there, right?
Well, they call themselves the Irish as well as the Gales.
The shining gold. The Golden Dome, Notre Dame.
They don't have a Notre Dame type record, at least at this moment this year.
They should play that Notre Dame music before they get psyched up.
Come on, Iona!
Perrine kept it. He throws long for Petrillo. And almost caught it. And again, coming over to make the nice play, DeMarco, number 10. Been all over the football field for Stepinac.
DeMarco, good reaction. He's back there playing. He takes the steps backwards, watches that no receiver gets behind him. Then he reacts quickly to the ball. Coming right over, boom, breaking up the play. And Petrillo getting banged there a little bit. It's a little bit of head knocking.
Darnell Penn, the other person back there for Stepinac. We mentioned he playing with his shoulder in a harness.
Offensive pass interference. Lost it down. Third down.
Ah, the penalties.
Another penalty. Offensive pass interference on Petrillo. And it looked like it was a good call. You could see that he pushed Penn out of the way in an attempt to get the football. So they lose down, so now it's 3rd and 25.
Good job by the officials.
From their own 33. Petrillo breaks 2 tackles, and he gets over his 40-yard line. About his 43, about 10 yards on that pass play, but they'll be well short and bring up a punting situation. But here, some of the good moves of Petrillo breaking a couple tackles.
Yeah, Petrillo goes cross field. He caught the ball on the sideline. He's going up the middle, looking for an opening.
Jim Riley on the tackle.
He's getting banged around. He's a Timex player. Give him a licking. He gets up, keeps on ticking.
And there he is. Oh, he's also the punter. Pavemba is back. Stepinac wisely gets out of the way. The bounce doesn't really harm them. The ball is about the 30-yard line. So Stepinac will take over inside their 30 at their 28. Still trailing by 6, 2:31 to go. And Ray, it's a chess match here. We've had 3 different games in 3 different quarters. The first quarter, each team marched well, but then when they got in deep, they weren't able to do much. Second quarter, a lot of scoring, 13-7. And now the third quarter, it's been a punting match.
Now we have to
Defense.
watch number 1 for Stepinac. He's the split end. That's David Hudson. He does the 40 and 4.5, and he's a basketball player. You want to get the ball to him if you're going to pass, and let him use that speed to take it all the way in for a touchdown. And speaking of basketball, Stepinac is going to be great in basketball. They may be number 1 in the Catholic division and in New York State.
I'd like to see Stepinac and Mount Vernon playing basketball.
Well, last year, I think, what was a 1-point game? But this year, they have 6'9", 6'7" guys. They may be number 1 in the state.
Simon lost 1. Second down. Rivero gets the carry. And he is thrown out of bounds. He picked up maybe 1 or 2. And it'll be a 3rd down and long. Clock ticking, minute and a half.
You want to establish that running game to show the defense that you can run. Make the defense cognizant of the fact that you can run, then all of a sudden a play action, boom, you hit a guy. Mix it up a little bit. You have a long way to go for a touchdown.
Corey, I'm wondering, Ford's only thrown 4 times, how bad that wrist is, if that is a reason why he hasn't thrown much. There's Ford, and that's picked off. John Moricade, the strong safety, number 41. with a big turnover, and it's Iona football.
Warren Casey Jr. This ball was intended for Hudson. Number one, we were talking about it just previously. It's a good interception right there. That's a key play. It gives Iona good field position. Iona's going to come out in that run and shoot offense. They're going to try to get someone in the seam, hit them, or someone deep, and take the ball down the field, move the chains, and try to get that touchdown.
Right, that's why these teams have had problems.
Oh, they're coming in an I. Now they're in an I formation.
7 turnovers in the football game from the 36.
A wing I.
Green right up the middle. I believe that was Skates, the fullback, and he doesn't get much.
You got lucky. Come on over here. Let's hear it.
So 1 yard on the play. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Iona Prep coming out in different offensive sets just to give the Stepinac defense something to think about, something new, trying to confuse them so they're not that aggressive defensively.
Trezza has mixed it up. It's a typical Iona Prep game, low scoring. They have a good defense.
This is the run and shoot with motion. Trips are being formed to the left.
Perrine. And it is incomplete for Dietz. What a hit put on by John Pavemba.
Good hit.
There he is, number 42. Nice hit.
Anytime you hit the receiver or the ball carrier, and that receiver or ball carrier ends up on his back, that's an excellent defensive hit.
And Pavemba's played great defensively as well. Gets a lot of press offensively. See what he can do here.
Now watch this. Now there's the intended receiver. Now let's see if he ends up on his back. Ooh, that's what you call a good tackle. That's a clinic right there.
This may be the final play of the quarter. 13-7, 11 seconds to go. 3rd and long. Perrine, draw play. Skates, and he has a first down.
Oh, Petrillo throws an excellent block, and Skates runs over Petrillo and the man that he did block. Ay, ay, ay. You can see, here's the draw right here, right up the middle. Good opening, room to move. Now watch this, Petrillo throws a great block. Now watch Skates, oh, if he would have gotten to the outside.
He knocks right over his own man, and that will be the final play of quarter number 3.
That's how Petrillo feels. I had a great block, and you run right into us. Ay, ay, ay.
We're coming back.
Motion to the right.
Opening play, 4th quarter. 6-point lead for Iona Prep, ball on the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
They have a 1st and 10. If you just joined us, it's been a wild one. All the scoring taking place in quarter number 2. Chris Dietz with a 1-yard touchdown run for Iona, then John Pavemba, an 80-yard kick return to tie it, and Petrillo, a 10-yard touchdown pass from Perrine. That's where we stand, 13-7 Iona.
Now Iona's in a run and shoot offense, 34 in motion to the right.
Perrine to throw, in the end zone, and he has a touchdown to Chris Dietz. 22 yards in all. Perrine to Dietz.
Now you're going to see Dietz, he gets behind the defender. Once he's behind the defender, he's in the open, concentrates the ball right into his hands, makes the catch in the end zone for the touchdown.
And now Iona will call a timeout and talk about it. They lead it by a score of 19-7. I assume they will go for 2. They're up by 12 points. We'll wait and see.
Iona has called timeout.
So Dietz has run for a score. Now he catches one.
You can see Perrine, he has good time. He sets up, steps. There's Dietz right behind the defender. That's one thing you don't want to do as a defensive back. You do not want to have anyone get behind you deep. Once the receiver gets behind the defender, he's open. The quarterback just throws the ball, and as he's throwing it, he says, there it is, you go get it. And
So
that's
Iona,
the receiver's job, to go haul that ball in.
Iona has just scored their 19th point, and that is the most points they've put on the board all season long, to the delight of this man, Jerry Trezza, whose team wants the first win. And I'll tell you, this game is important because though they will not make the playoffs this season, neither team will. For the first year, there's a B playoffs, which the bottom 3 teams in their league, as well as the bottom team in the league above them, and the 4 teams from the league below them, will enter a playoff system with 8 teams. And it's a new season and a chance for them to win something. Now they're going to go for 2. Green. And the 2-point conversion is good. And that was number 83, Jim McCaffrey. First we've seen a Jim today. Kareem to McCaffrey, they lead by 14.
Good pass right there. McCaffrey's right in front of the defender. Hugs the ball right into his stomach. Great play. It's really tough to stop the run-and-shoot offense once you have the timing and everything's going well. It's a big play offense.
Took him 4 plays, 36 yards. Green 22 yards to Dietz, and a 2-point conversion good, 21-7.
And coming into this game, Dietz had 10 receptions for 123 yards, averaging 12.3 yards a reception. His longest reception was 33 yards.
And Ray, we talk about it, you know, Iona obviously misses their quarterback, Scott Cade, from last season.
Oh, he's at John Hopkins now, starting as a freshman, doing an excellent job.
Wasn't the starter when the season began, but now he's inserted and doing well. And they miss a lot of their offensive line, but it's good to see they could be on their way to getting their first win. Stepinac will have it over the 30, trailing by 14 now. And this jinx, Stepinac, of course, has had trouble 5 straight years in a row losing to Iona. And the injury bug has just been a little much for him this season. Haven't been able to get much going offensively, except for the beginning of the game. They had that one good drive, fumbled the ball away, and since then, haven't really had much offensively.
And again, it all boils down to the injuries. You're losing key players, and that really hurts. And as a coach, you don't want to lose a key player.
Iona does have a good defense. Ford to throw. He gets it off to Gleason. Over the middle to the halfback, and that was Taj Simon, number 22.
The ball was dropped.
You're correct. It's an incomplete pass, so Simon could not hang on. So it'll bring up a second down.
From our angle up here, because his back was turned towards us, it looks like he did catch it, but then it was dropped, bouncing on the field.
Second and 10, 21-7 Iona, 11:37 to go. There was Simon again. He's had the brunt of the work for the Crusaders today. He picked up about 3 yards, third down, long.
Now Simon, coming into this game, had 40 attempts rushing. He has 186 yards, 4.7 average, 1 touchdown. His longest run was 17 yards.
Still watch your side!
And a quick inside handoff, but nothing. Maybe a yard. It'll bring up a 4th down situation, and Stepinac will have to punt once again. Hudson gets the good punt off, and again it is bobbled.
Go, Cheryl.
But this time I think Randy Burr fell on it. He's had trouble twice today at his own 36, which is where Iona will take over with the comfortable 21-7 lead.
And 10.5 minutes remaining in the 4th quarter.
And Iona's 0-6, but lost to Trinity by a point, lost to Spelman by a point, lost to Nazareth 12-0. They played Chaminade close. They only lost by 10 points. So really in 4 of their games, they were very close. Could have won either way. Green completes it to Petrillo. Petrillo has a first down. He's all the way down the left side. And after a long gainer. 40 yards on the play.
This is a good pass right here. Petrillo gets the ball now. He's near the sideline. Does a little juke move. Gets away from two tacklers right there. Now he's going down the sideline. He sees a man that he's going to have to elude. Cuts to the inside. Continues streaking down. Caught from the eye. Great run. Great run. Petrillo. He's having a great game.
And Iona's trying to ice this one. They're on the 25, first down.
Take away the inside slanted.
And that is incomplete. In and out of the hands of Petrillo. Looking at the stats through 3 quarters, well, Iona's starting to dominate here on the ground. 60 yards rushing for Skates, 46 for Dietz, 78 on the other side of the coin for Simon. Passing yardage, Iona Prep, 129 yards passing for Perrine. Total yards, more than 2-1 for Iona. And how about that? 7 turnovers in this contest. And 13 penalties.
Pass!
Perrine to throw. Looks for Faustini. Perrine throwing long. It's tipped, and it is intercepted. No, incomplete.
The ball just went right through his arms, down his stomach, and bounced right off the ground.
Almost DeMarco's 3rd interception.
Here's Perrine. That's a nice throw on the run. You can see now, watch, he's going to go for it. The ball's going to go right through his arms, down his stomach, bounce right off the ground, incompletion.
Great camera work by our camera people, doing a great job.
They're doing an excellent job as usual.
Unsportsmanlike conduct.
Oh, no, you can't have unsportsmanlike conduct.
Well, we do have it, and it's 15 yards against the Prep.
You have to maintain your poise.
They've been penalized 6 times for 65 yards.
Anytime you get a little riled and you start having penalties, unsportsmanlike conduct, it interferes with your concentration, your blocking, your tackling, and what you have to do out there on the field to execute.
Talk about this being a big rivalry game, but of course on Thanksgiving Day, Iona Prep has New Rochelle as their other rival. Stepinac has White Plains. Green to the fullback, Skates. Good yardage. Still going. And he is close to a first down. He picked up over 20 yards.
That was a good call, and you can see the pressure of defense coming right at the quarterback. You can see right here, look at the defense coming in. The pressure, there's the handoff. It's a draw play, right off left tackle. Skates going to the left side, putting on a burst of speed. Now right here, he's got to get as much as he can. Shoulder down, gets driven out of bounds.
So that brings up a 4th and 3, 22 yards officially on that pickup. Ball's on the 18-yard line, 8.5 to go in the contest, 21-7 Iona.
Now Iona comes out in I formation. They're mixing up their offensive sets again.
Iona is a fan.
And Skates fights to the 15. He'll be very close to a first down. And again, a flag on the play. In fact, it is a first down. Just has enough for it. I guess the flag was picked up. So first down Iona. And that's got to be demoralizing right now to Stepinac. 3rd and long.
They have to hold right here. They can't give up. They have to rise to the occasion and just have a goal line stance.
Perrine to throw again, over the middle. And he overthrows Dietz, his intended receiver.
The intended receiver was Chris Dietz. He was in the end zone, but there was a defender behind him, so it was a smart move for Perrine to throw the ball away.
Perrine has thrown a couple interceptions today in the 3rd quarter. He's thrown the ball a lot more than Peter Ford has. Ford has only put it up 5 times.
Offense, repeat the down.
And another penalty against So 10 more yards against Iona. It'll be first down and 20. Second down, rather, and 20.
Now Iona's coming out in a run and shoot offense. Last time they were in an I formation. They're really mixing up the offensive sets.
Green again. Has his man.
His knee was down. His knee was down. When he caught that ball, his knee was down, so the play's dead. The ball's right at that spot. Good call by the official. You're gonna see this right here. Perrine, nice pass.
To McCaffrey.
Watch this. His knee's down. That's it. The play's dead.
Right on top of that, making the call.
Official, excellent call.
7 yards. Perrine has thrown the ball 20 times to Ford's 5 times. Certainly never know what to expect. You think you know what you're going to see, and then sometimes you just don't see it.
Yeah, but then again, Ford, I mean, he's the second leading receiver in Westchester County. I think he's the first leading passer in the Catholic League. But again, he might have a bad hand. That may be the problem.
There's Perrine. And almost a touchdown tipped away at the last second from Randy Burr.
Good defensive play. I think that defensive play was made by number 52. I'm not sure. We'll see right here. Now here's the ball coming. I think it's 52. Comes right over. Beautiful defensive play. No, that was 53 with a great defensive play.
So a third down situation, 21-7. 6:49, and Iona not running the clock out there, throwing the ball. Perrine out left to the end zone. Petrillo. And he's inside the 5, and they think he has another first down. So again, Perrine to Petrillo. They've done it all afternoon, evening rather.
Petrillo's in the middle, uncovered. He was wide open. Nice catch, and you can see right there trying very hard to get into the end zone. Ends up on a 3-yard line.
Again to the end zone, and it's tipped. And intended for Jim McCaffrey, 83.
Well, you're on that 3-yard line. This is where you have to get the lineman, get him toe-to-toe, fire out, and just bulldozer that ball right into the end zone, whether it's off tackle, up the middle, or a blast, or whatever. They have the I formation, and really drive it right in there. Once you start going to the passing game, so many things can happen. It could be deflected, tip, an interception. Run it in. Get the lineman toe-to-toe. Block. Fire out.
Second down, a passing attack from Iona. They almost don't run the ball at all anymore. Perrine has to keep it, though, and he gets in.
And that's the option that the quarterback has once he starts sprinting out, whether it's to the right or to the left. And those receivers are being covered deep in the end zone. There's no one coming up. And you see that you can get to the end zone, pick up the yardage, you take it. I can see right here, he has a free lane, scoots right into the end zone. He had the option of throwing or passing it.
Petrillo will attempt to point after. It is 27-7. It is good. It is no good, rather.
Off to the left.
And from our angle, looked okay, but they're not arguing. 27-7.
Now you can see this play right here. Here's Perrine. Now he can pass. Now his receivers are deep. They're being covered, so say, I'll take it. I have the lane. It's free. I'll take it right in. That's the option I have. I'll take what I could get. I know I can score. And there he takes advantage of it.
So a touchdown. Iona has a 27-7 lead, and apparently on their way to winning their first game of the 1990 season after 6 losses.
What a game to win, the big rivalry game. Westchester County.
This will secure them a home game in the B playoffs, which we talked about earlier. Stepinac will have to play on the road, which starts next week.
And they do not know who their opponent is, because it all depends who won and lost this week with the other teams. And that's going to be difficult because you really didn't have a chance to scout them. You know, usually if you know who you're playing the following week, you send your scouts there, you watch it, you can tape it, film it, do everything. And then you have Then you have all week to study it, see what they do, figure out their tendencies. They have a tendency to do this one on a right hash mark, left hash mark, and then you defend it.
Okay, here we go again. The ball is loose, still loose. That was the type of play that Morton got hurt on earlier. Stepinac falls on it, and we'll see now if Ford will come out and just air it out with 5:15 on the clock. There, the scoring drive, 10 plays, 64 yards. Freed the quarterback, takes it himself on the option, 3 yards, 20-point lead. Ford to throw. And he completes his pass. But not for much, maybe 5. And it'll bring up a second down.
This is where the Stepinac offensive line is going to have to really pass protect. Give Ford time to look for his receivers, set up, and release the ball. He needs that time. He needs that pass protection.
Hey, Silas, bring it up! Let's go now.
Now, she's right there with the ball players. She can't be an assistant coach, I don't think so. She might be the trainer.
Ford over the middle again. Pass complete to number 89. Short of the first down, that's Joe McSpedden. It'll be a 3rd down. Picked up 5 on the play. The first play was ruled incomplete, so it's a 3rd and 5.
Silvio, stick someone, Silvio!
Ford again, being rushed, takes it himself.
Got a first down.
He gets a first down, but he got punished for it. Took a lot of hits on the way to those 7 yards.
Those guys are hitting out down there. I said it's going to be a physical game. The top of the program. Look at these guys hit. There's Ford. He has the ball. He's going to get popped right here. 1, 2. 2 guys bring him down. Well, that wasn't that big of a pop, Eric. It's normal. He's not taking a beating down there.
All right, from the 35, 1st and 10, under 4 to go. Ford is being rushed, and he is sacked.
There's 43 again, Petrillo.
And Rob Garbarino, number 68 rather, in a linebacker. Tough to tell if that was 68 or 66. May have been Tom Warricade, 66 as well.
Well, they're coming in. 4 guys are right in there on Ford. You have to block for Ford. Give him time to throw the ball.
He loses 7, 3.5.
Get him!
Over the middle, and that is incomplete. So it'll bring up a 3rd down and 17. This football game is sponsored in part by Printwear Plus, located on 157 Mamaroneck Avenue in Mamaroneck. Owned and operated by Jim and Janet Getz, Printwear Plus specializes in custom screen printing and professional sportswear. So for all your personal and business sports printing, from the school to the office, Printwear Plus does it all. Don't keep your ideas to yourself. Put them on a shirt. Call Printwear Plus, 914-381-5788. Ford completes the pass, incomplete on the hit. While the Iona, player number 20, Tom Wilson.
That's Tom Wilson from Bronxville. He's the leading tackler on the team. Right there, just smothers the receiver for an incompleted pass.
And that brings up 4th and 17. Stepinac brings their punter in David Hudson. No reason to really punt now, though. 3:07 to go, down by 20. See if they have a fake on him. And they do. He's also the split end, so he splits out left. No punting here. 4th and 17.
Ford back to pass.
Ford going long and thrown away.
I don't know. There might be a flag on a play here. Let's see. Here's Ford setting up. There's the pass. And oh, there is the flag. Well, what, that pass interference? You can't do that.
Moorcade and Hudson there.
You have to give the receiver
Pass interference, up for defense, first down.
good call there by the official. That receiver has the right to execute his route and go for that ball. He cannot be knocked off. Good call by the official.
John Moorcade guilty of that one.
And that was on 4th down.
Let's go, Len.
So the penalty play game continues. It's a first down from the 43-yard line for Stepinac. Still 3 minutes left. Over the middle, incomplete. And they will have a touchdown out of this one. Rivero into the end zone. Alberto Rivero goes 57 yards on the pass, and that, Ray, is what we thought we'd see all day from Peter Ford, right over the middle, and Rivero broke it.
Now, this is a good pass right in. Now, watch Rivero. Good balance, but what sets him free is a key block right up here. Once he breaks loose from those tacklers, there comes a key block right there. That set him free to the goal line. One key block takes it all the way in for the score.
So number 20, Rivero with the touchdown. It is 27-13. They will try for one. John Gregg boots it up, and it is good.
Now, what you're going to see here, Stepinac's going to kick off. They're going to try for an onside kick, but before we get to that, here's the play. Rivero gets the ball. Good catch. Now, watch here. He breaks away from 2 tacklers. Now, he is going to be tackled. There's a key block right there. See, that set him free to spring him loose into the end zone. Now, Stepinac gets the ball. It's kickoff time. What you want to do, you get your fastest men. You put them on the right or left side, whichever side, it doesn't matter. Now, you do an onside kick. You try to get the ball. You line up. Boom. Pass here, a run there. Hit the sideline, and you want to score. That's what you would like to do, but will it happen? Now, Iona Prep knows that they're going to do an onside kick, so they're going to get their fastest men up there in the front, and then as soon as they get near that ball, just lay on it. Just lay on it. Hug it, cradle it, don't do anything else. Down it. Fall on the ball. Now you can see Iona Prep right here. They're moving all their men up front. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 men up front, and only a few yards behind them, they have 4 more men. It's going to be pretty tough right here for an onside kick to be executed. There they go. All the fast guys are to the left. There's the onside kick. It must go 10 yards. It did not go 10 yards.
Looked like it went about 8 yards before they handled it, so it looks like a penalty. So Prep will take the ball over. So it's 27-14. And here's the latest scoring summary. Stepinac, the 57-yard pass forward to Rivero. And we saw the nice block, 27-14. Iona doesn't want to turn it over here. They have the ball. Kareem hands it to Skates. He's thrown down. Number 58, Jake Morton.
And another flag.
And another timeout. Stepinac will stop it here.
There's a flag on the play, and it appears to be against Stepinac.
Dead ball foul, unsportsmanlike conduct on a defense.
Unsportsmanlike on Stepinac. See if we can pick it up. Maybe a late hit. Well, it looked to be away from the ball.
I don't see any late hit.
Well, it's probably away from the ball, so it's
way away from the ball.
First down for Iona. Stepinac has called a timeout. Clock shows 2:05. It's 27-14. two Stepinac scores, big plays, Kavemba's kick return and the recent touchdown we just saw. So we're going to come back with the final 2:05. Right after this, it's 27-14, Iona Prep. If he just joined us, 27-14, Iona Prep. Closing moments, 2:05 to go. Barring a miracle finish, Iona will have beaten Stepinac for the 6th consecutive season. Stepinac continues to be winless on Cable 3. More importantly, Iona will win their first game of the year and secure a home game for the B playoffs. First time they've had B playoffs, sort of a consolation type playoffs. 8 teams will be in there, including Stepinac. They will have to play a road game. Perrine. Incomplete, and still late in the game, Iona's passing, and that symptomatic of a run and shoot offense. They'll just pass no matter what happens. So second down, under 2 to go, 1:59. We'd like to thank our entire crew here at Cable 3, who's done a great job today. 2 games we broadcast today from Memorial Field. Mount Vernon also plays their home games on this field. We had the Mount Vernon Mamaroneck game broadcast earlier, now this one. So long day for a lot of us here. 27-14, still another 1:59 to go. This clock is stopped once again.
That's what I said. You must be training.
Second and 10 for Iona.